What's up, YouTube?
Alex, we live stream very often, yet you always have the same problem. Explain
Shut your
yourself.
ass up, bro. I'm gonna beat you up. All right, there we go. I think they can hear me now. All right, we are back here watching some YouTube videos. Hopefully this is better than So wait, so what do we want to watch?
I got arrested because of Legos.
That one's like kind of far up here though. Is it not?
But I feel like we've probably watched half of the Lego one.
I see Jacob
But
getting patient. Like you're the one without a face here, by the way.
Or we could watch like things from that scary YouTuber.
Yo, Jacob, I'm listening to the Man with the Superman water bottle right now. What do you think?
I say, let's watch the Legos.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
For which video?
This one.
Well, Bricks and Minifigs officially responded to my Lego video we made about them.
I'm gonna eat Jacob's house.
I haven't read it yet, but someone just sent it to me, so I was like, well, let's make a video about this. This is not Lego video part 2. Part 2 is still on my Patreon if you want to check it out. Patreon.
Bro, he's freaking gatekeeping it.
Our response to Bricks and Minifigs response. Okay, should we pull it up? Actually, wait, before we start the video, we gotta talk about our sponsors.
I'm telling you, it's the other video, the 40-minute video.
What 40-minute video, bro?
We're actually at We Steal From Old People's headquarters right now. We're in.
This one?
It's yeah, I'm telling you, that one is that one. That's the second video.
This is the story of how I got swatted, all because of Legos. The whole thing started with
Jacob, did you have something to do with this?
Yes.
No, it's just that it's so like hilariously rated over Legos.
Deadass got some chips this stream, bro.
Ooh. I'm hungry now.
Yo.
Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But we ended up
What the
taking it to court and we actually won. When I went back to the store to collect my money, they literally shut down the
Why is he naked?
What the hell?
So I personally gave them an official closing ceremony and it went extremely viral. And now the entire world has seen how corrupt this Bricks and Minifigs company is.
We didn't get the Legos back, but I mean we shut down an entire business.
We still gotta get the Legos back. Yeah, I made a promise to this family that I was not gonna stop on my journey until we get them their entire Lego collection back.
Sorry to interrupt, but this
Bro, we've seen it too many times, bro.
Right now, the two owners, Joshua Johnson
I think
and
that's AI.
Warren West, probably think that they're safe by closing down the store, but the reality is I can literally just sue them all over again, but personally this time. So I started to file my lawsuit. But right after I filed this court case, it got rejected. And the reason was I failed to demonstrate a good faith effort to resolve the dispute.
I heard about this.
basically before this court case
What?
gets approved, I have to.
They need him to like actually pretend to be like, oh, like, can we settle this outside of court? I saw a TikTok this morning about it.
At least attempt to settle with Josh outside of court first.
I tried calling Josh, but I'm blocked.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. So my only option left is to travel to his house to have this conversation in person.
Oh,
Basically, if Josh wants to save the day, I got him
A trophy, yeah, he got a trophy.
Joshua Johnson saves the day. And we'll give him this trophy, but he has to give the Legos back first.
So we started driving to Josh's house to have this good faith conversation the court requires us to have.
We're in Josh's neighborhood.
how'd they find his address? Though? That's my
When we
question.
showed up, Josh was already
Don't ask.
outside talking on the phone to someone.
Oh my gosh, okay, Josh is outside on the phone.
It's crazy.
Same way I found your address, bro.
Phone call, or did we just like wait?
Interrupt this phone call?
Probably not.
I thought it would be pretty rude to interrupt his phone call, so we parked around
Yo,
the
he's
corner
bald.
and decided to wait for him to get off this call.
I like how he's just having
This would be a pretty
Yeah,
intense phone
He
call,
doesn't want to
man.
get his wife involved. He's hiding something.
Everything's good, honey.
What the heck?
I'm pretty sure Josh is on the phone with Corporate Bricks and Minifigs, And the reason I think that is we were actually just there right before this.
Okay, pulling up to Bricks and Minifigs headquarters.
The plan was to give them one more chance to do the right thing before suing them again. While we were there, one of the corporate employees
The Ray-Ban
answered the
Meta
door
glasses,
and
bro.
told us he would get the CEO to come talk to us.
That's not the CEO.
We're just waiting. Really? But they told us that they were.
Since Josh only lives
So
about
lame.
15 minutes away, they must have informed him that we're in the area. Because a few minutes later, this happened.
Dude, the police just showed up. What the heck? Why are the police at his house?
Oh, there's another one, dude. 2 cop cars.
3 cop cars?
Oh my gosh. Cop cars.
Why is there 3 cop cars at his house? We didn't even walk up to his house yet. The cops are following us. What the heck? That's so crazy, dude. Obey every traffic law. Oh, shoot.
Obey every traffic law.
Yeah, well, no, if you get like arrested or pulled over, this is not gonna end well because you're trying to go to court.
I thought I stopped.
Yeah, you definitely stopped. You said he ran.
They have us all on camera, man.
You said he ran a stop sign?
Body cam, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, they released the body cam when he came to the police off.
Actually,
Hold up,
I
hold up,
saw a
hold up.
video of it today.
Yo, hold up.
Huh?
Where'd
I
he
thought he
go?
was gonna switch up the video.
Yeah. Mid live stream goon session.
Jacob, look at the video I sent you.
Oh, I'll do it later now. Fine.
Onion. Hurry up.
What the heck? Why won't it play? Bro. Yo, corniest thing I've ever seen in my life, but it makes me jump like kill myself.
Back in the flesh. That was Tinsy Wincy break, boys. I know Jacob was gonna pee his pants.
I made Jacob watch the video of the Burger King and the Dairy Queen.
As you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
Ooh.
Yo, corrupt cops, bro. Who would have guessed?
How's Utah?
Pigs.
It's good. You like it?
Okay, it's
Shout out to all my cop
You
viewers.
police know why we're here, so I just explained to them the entire situation.
This old man spent his entire life collecting the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection set.
The only problem is it's a crazy story, and the police officer.
Wait,
did
is that a
not
King Von reference?
Imagine choosing from 100 plus meals a week that are healthy.
Oh.
Got some top really sexy nigga. I mean, what?
We just got Jacob on stream. Yeah, saying the N-word. Someone clip that in chat.
Oh
Okay, guys.
my
Okay.
gosh.
It's okay.
The one person in chat right now, please, somebody.
$200,000. It sounds crazy.
Yeah. When the officer went back to his car, this is the message that he radioed in.
Hey, can you get the contact for Reckless Ben? Said he didn't have his ID, but he's just straight lying to me about everything else, so.
Since the cops don't believe my story, they trespassed me from the property.
Everybody today is being trespassed from that property.
Okay.
Yeah, we were forced to go home without having this good faith conversation the court requires us to have.
Yeah, what do we do now, dude? Like, we didn't even, like...
We should ban Utah from being a state.
But one thing I didn't
For real.
understand was how
Real.
the heck did they know we were coming? I was hiding in the back seat the entire time, and the car's windows were extremely tinted.
These windows are so tinted, you can't see anything.
As I
Spying.
was outside inspecting our car tint, the same police showed up to our house.
Oh no, we're getting pulled over again?
And it was weird.
They get pulled over outside
He
your
didn't tell
house.
us why he was here.
Like I said, we've already talked about
Yeah, well thanks for being so cool about everything.
Yeah.
They're like after us, dude.
Anyways, since Josh clearly doesn't want to have this good faith conversation with me,
What?
I took his trophy and destroyed it.
Let's talk.
Guys, let's throw it off that thing.
I'll check them out later.
Just like in the previous video, I tried to give Josh the benefit of the doubt, the easy way. But again, Josh does not want to do the easy way. The only option left is
Why did he act like he's gonna kill him?
Yes.
But before going the hard way, I actually remembered that there's another owner of the store named Brandon Best. Brandon is the guy in the security camera footage that illegally kicked the first owner out of the store so he could steal all their Legos. I tried calling him, but I am also blocked.
I'm sorry.
The only option left is to show up to his house.
Like, where are they getting the addresses from?
Hey, how's it going?
Why does bro look like that?
Huh? Hey, well, I was wondering if you guys got the plans for the lawsuit.
Yo, his PS4, his DualShock disconnected, bro. Dead ass is DualShock
Why are you trying to
disconnected.
intimidate him? He's trying to intimidate with baby blues.
Huh.
Why does he have an Easter basket?
Brandon doesn't want to have this good faith
To
conversation
collect the
to
money.
resolve this problem outside of court. And I gave him plenty of time to speak.
I guess if you don't want to talk, I'll just talk. So you guys told us to take you to court. We went to court and we won. We know you closed down the store to avoid paying us, so we could just sue you.
They should take his house as
We
payment.
would obviously win again, but
But then the police showed up and
Oh my god.
for some reason
Yo.
they are really trying to protect these criminals.
Does it not cost money to call the police, bro?
no, he stole $200,000.
This guy's just spamming it. He's like Lester when you're on the freaking GTA, bro.
I won in court.
He inherited the store.
Uh-huh.
He's being blamed for everything that the previous owner did, and he's trying
Well,
to
that's a lie. So we.
Okay, hold on. I'm still
Okay,
talking.
I'm sorry.
He's still trying to clean up the mess from the previous owner, and now he's catching blame for it, and he's just trying to clean up the mess from the previous owner.
No, him saying that it's the previous owner, that's a lie, and we already proved this in court. Okay.
If you come back and step foot on this property, you're gonna go to jail.
The police gave me a formal trespass notice, which I took a picture of it and sent it to the court as proof I tried to have this good faith conversation, but Brandon didn't want to have it with me. And turns out this was good enough. My court case with Brandon Best got accepted. But my court case with Josh is still going to be rejected until I find a way to have this good faith conversation with him. So I decided to see if I could find Josh online, to see if I could look up any more information about him.
Yeah, they all look the same. No. Joshua Johnson. Joshua Johnson.
Lower their tax liabilities and minimize their exposure to lawsuits. That's hella ironic. Are you kidding me, dude? That's what he's known for, is reducing people's exposure to lawsuits.
After some more research, we found out that both Josh and Brandon are super hardcore Mormon, which was actually
Oh, this is where.
Oh.
Crap.
because if Josh and Brandon are truly Mormons, they believe that stealing is wrong, and if they steal, they're gonna go to hell. Or I guess in Mormonism they call it the outer darkness. But still, Brandon and Josh probably actually believe that this is gonna be eternity for them. I mean, Josh even
I thought they thought hell was
said he
Montana.
told God in the last video that he would give us the Legos back.
Some South Park stuff, dude.
But maybe I can use this to my advantage. My problem right now seems to be that Josh is never going to listen to anything I ever tell him. But if someone from his church heard this audio, maybe he would listen to them. So after finding exactly what church these guys go to, we went to it and showed one of the Mormons there this audio clip. And the Mormon thought that the best thing to
Yo,
do
why
was
is he
to
dressed so
talk to
nice,
Josh
bro?
to save him from going to this outer
That's a tough
darkness.
shit.
Okay, good luck. And I guess me and Tyler are staying back because we're already trespassed. So
Yeah, we ended up just driving home, but on our way back, this happened.
What? Pulled over again?
Yo, they spamming the cops, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, what's your name? Are you Ben?
Yo!
There's that's actually scary, bro.
But that's like illegal though.
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
like there's no way that's not targeting.
Are you Ben? Ben drowning in here? Is Ben drowning in here? That better not been my phone.
At this point, we realized what's going on. Yesterday,
No, it's not mine.
that our plan is
This guy got a zit in his mouth?
We could just
Oh no, it's gone.
and do the whole thing again. We would obviously win again.
It seems like they're getting so desperate that they're gonna resort back to the same strategy they used in the last video.
You know what's really funny is after you left, I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested? How do we
Dang.
get them arrested?
Yeah, Josh and Brandon think that if they can somehow get us arrested and thrown in jail, then we won't be able to see
She for sure got fired.
what they told the police we did
Yeah.
this time, but they caught us too late. The Mormon kid was already on his way to Josh's house to save him from this outer darkness and bring him back to God.
What's going on, sir?
Damn, he gotta clean up his house. Holy shit.
What brings you here?
I'm just here trying to talk to Brother Johnson.
Okay.
I'm in the.
No.
There's been an audio going around with the young men group.
Okay. What's the audio that you wanted to play?
Here's the audio.
They're gonna like force him to delete it, and they're gonna arrest him if he doesn't. I think.
Who's that?
So
I guess
that's
from.
that's him.
No, I know that. I could tell that from the voice, but
I was just gonna ask him like, is he willing to give up everything like he said? Because he swore on everything. He swore on God. This might be a crazy ask, but could you take a selfie with me?
Bro.
Anyways, back to us. The police apparently got a call that we had heroin on us.
What?
What?
Yo.
So he's gonna do that. I'm gonna put this away, and then we'll be right. Don't. Oh, okay. Don't reach in your pockets for me, okay? Sounds good. Thank you.
Yo, what are the gloves for?
Okay. I'm gonna have you stick by my side.
God, they're gonna freaking cavity search me.
After 2 hours,
They're gonna
of
plant
searching the
heroin,
car,
dude.
obviously they found no drugs.
So you didn't find.
Why don't they arrest the people who are making the wrongful?
And the reality of the situation is that Bricks and Minifigs is so desperate at this point that they're willing to do anything to get us arrested so they don't have to pay for the property they stole. And the police was arguing back with just some of the worst comebacks I've ever heard, which is why I think the police actually redacted this audio in this clip, because if they kept the audio in, then the world would get to see how stupid the American Fork Police Department is. But anyways, even though we were passing every single drug test they gave us, they were still not going to let us go until we
Jacob,
told them
Jacob. Quick, Jacob.
What
Say
up?
your ABCs backward.
Say what?
Say your ABCs backward.
I couldn't do that if I was sober.
Actually, yeah.
What do you mean if you were sober, bro? What's in the Superman, bro? What's in there, bro? You said if you were sober.
Superman. Superman.
There's a constriction, which is dilated, and then not. So I haven't been looking at this. I'll show him. Look, go ahead, look at him.
I'll look at you.
Yep.
But they passed every other test.
So
This is so stupid.
I have no idea because I've never done any drugs in my life. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I've never done any of that in my life. I'm willing to do any drug tests. Like, I'm very cooperative. I don't understand what you're seeing in my eyes.
I'm gonna have a discussion with this officer.
And then the police department illegally redacted this conversation too. My guess is that they acknowledge
This is like this goes like far beyond Legos. This is like an actual like great view of the American legal and justice system, bro. Like,
Bro, I'm about to.
Take any drug test you want.
Walking a very dangerous line, which will get you hemmed up a lot.
Yeah.
You could end up in jail in Utah when you're from Cali.
Okay.
Not worth it, right?
Yeah.
We play differently here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
bro, freaking Utah's trying to act tough, bro.
Anything you want me to, because I'm not hiding anything. I can promise you that. I promise.
We weren't giving the police a false confession like they wanted, so eventually I guess they just got tired and let us go.
We'll let you guys go now, but
Where's the part they get arrested?
Be mindful of that.
You get arrested?
At this point,
Yeah.
I've documented everything I've been through to the court, that I've tried to have this good faith conversation with Josh. He just doesn't want to have it with me. And because of everything I went through, my court case finally got approved.
Hey.
Email our court papers to serve Josh. The only problem is Josh is not going to open the door for anyone. He wouldn't even talk to another Mormon. Instead, he just called the police on him. In order to get Josh to come outside, I'm really going to have to get creative. So, I made this poster that says, "I stole a dying man's life savings," and printed it out. Now I'm placing this poster in a public space right across the street from Josh's house. Yeah, it turns out this tiny patch of land is actually free for any person of the public to use. And since we have the freedom of speech, I am breaking no laws by doing this. So when Josh walks outside to take down this sign, I have a process server to serve him his court papers. But almost immediately, my sign got blocked.
Oh no, he's blocking our
Oh my god.
This guy's spamming freaking the tickets as did I say tickets? I meant the cops as much as
There's no way, like he doesn't have some sort of connection. He has to have like a family member in it, because there's like no way.
You have a brother-in-law in the DEA? is that Breaking Bad reference? Breaking Bad reference, fellas? Just me.
I come from a land of thunder.
So we are in a court case with them, and we have to serve them legal papers.
So I explained to the cops the entire situation.
I'm not going on his property. Right, no, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
The police
Dude, this guy got a cowboy hat on. Brother has a cowboy hat on.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yo, Rick Grimes looking ass, bro. Lori said I'm a better father than you, Rick.
Why is the taser right there?
I don't know. Good question.
Ready to use it?
So now it's
Good
time
question.
to serve Josh these court papers. And then we got the police calling us again.
Hello. This man stole basically his family's life savings. So we're just here to serve him his court papers.
Again, I explained to this police officer the entire situation.
I wish we could just send him an email or a phone call, you know, but yeah, the court requires us to come in person for some reason, so.
Again, the cops realized that we are doing nothing illegal and decided to leave. Now it's time to serve Josh his court papers. But we got the police called on us again.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Yep. Can I see those papers? Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve him with? Yes. That's,
Steal it, watch.
Required by
That's my prediction.
Again, the police agree that we are not breaking the law. They've been called out here for a false reason. This guy told me that he could even just serve the papers for me.
You okay if I give these papers to him? Yeah, for sure. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, thank you.
Yo, finally the cops actually being helpful.
Can't see the police officer.
But wait, pause it.
Redacted all of it.
Pause it.
It's not letting me. Oh, there you go.
So basically, I saw like a Instagram video of this today, and whatever they redacted right here, the guy denied the papers and said it was fake, and the police officers believed him and just walked away, which is illegal to deny court papers.
Yeah, it is.
So, but I don't know what happened after that.
Matters is that Josh is getting served.
He does not want the paper. So he does not want the papers? Here's that back for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the police told me that they can't serve the papers for me because I'm lying to them, and these aren't even real court papers.
Not sure what this is.
What?
I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you. These are court papers. Okay. It doesn't.
What is this freaking?
Because it hasn't gotten to the judge yet. So this is serving him, and then we'll go to the court, and then the judge will be there. So the judge doesn't get involved until we're in court. Why is he saying that you guys went on the property? Because he wants us arrested, so he doesn't have to go to court. It doesn't look good when you've been trespassed. Yeah. Trying to serve papers.
I know all these cops failed school. They're like retarded, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, first, so they're incidents because he's lying to you guys. He's making them incidents. We came to do a good faith conversation, which is required by the courts before you can get a court case approved. So we did that. He called the cops on us. He lied to you guys saying that we had heroin on us. And we did a 3-hour search of the car yesterday. We found no heroin in the car. He's gonna make up any lie he can to get us arrested. We are doing things the legal way, the correct way. The reason he's hiding in his house is because he's the criminal. If something doesn't look good, it doesn't look good for him, not for us.
Go the legal process, find an actual process server.
She is an actual process server.
And what is your guys' relationship?
I just met her today.
Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you.
That's her. Yeah, we have no relationship. That's why she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and she is the exact person that you're describing. I always thought that the police were supposed to remain unbiased, and if they were going to take a side, they definitely shouldn't take the side of the criminal. But I guess I was wrong. However, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm literally just following the instructions of the court, so the police can't stop me.
Okay, have a good rest of your day.
Okay, see ya. Now that the police are finally leaving, it's time to game plan how to serve Josh. But then, you guessed it, we got the police called on us again.
Bro!
Oh my god.
Oh, sure.
Spawn camping, bro.
Here you go. Well,
They think it's a false case? What the heck?
thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. That's all for today. Thank you.
I think this phone call was the breaking point for the police.
Oh, he's rubbing his chin.
The police couldn't handle the fact that I was right and they were wrong.
Why are they all big?
They're police
I haven't seen a
officers.
little police officer the whole time.
Am I being arrested? Really?
Bro, what?
Yo, this shit's actually so stupid.
So they get arrested twice.
Ben got arrested. Like, they didn't say anything when they were putting him in handcuffs. They just said, you're being arrested.
Why are you still suffering?
They didn't even say, like, you need to remain silent and stuff.
Yeah, they even read them as rights.
So
I was
stupid.
confused on what I was being arrested for. I mean, the same police officers that arrested me gave me permission to do exactly what I was doing.
You can film from the sidewalk wherever it's public, right? But you can't go on that property. If you do, you'll be charged, okay? Okay, yeah, for sure.
I got arrested for just doing what the police told me to do. What's even more confusing is the police are supposed to be the good guys. Why are they arresting an innocent person to protect an evil criminal? Well, back when I was still
can't wait till he
waiting in
goes
the
to
car
jail.
serve Josh, I got a phone call, and this call was
Getting
from
too annoying.
Brian, the collector's son who got all their stuff stolen. And he has a theory of what might be going on here.
Yeah, the cops down there are definitely all in with the Mormon community, and being the bricks and minifix is part of that and worth millions. I would not doubt that they have donated hefty sums to the Mormon church.
Oh.
Yeah, Brandon.
That makes complete sense.
And Eamon, the CEO, are all super Mormon. Like, the CEO even went to the Mormon University. And when I looked up all the
BYU
officers who were treating me unfairly, they were all Mormon too.
And they take care of their own, man. They are like a huge clan that takes care of each other.
And instead of trying to get rid of the few bad
And you
people
say?
who are making Mormonism look bad, they're for some reason choosing to protect these criminals. But eventually, I got released from jail.
Out of jail now?
And this is when it really hit me that the justice system has decided to protect these criminals. So now, there's really only one way I can think of to get this family the money back that got stolen from them.
I come from the land
Which
from under.
is a GoFundMe. Yeah, it is a pretty anticlimactic ending, but at least I'm confident that I'm not going to get in trouble for this. Now that our GoFundMe is live, it's time to promote it, to start getting donations. We printed out the GoFundMe's picture to hang it up so we could get a nice Instagram video to post to social media. But before the group could even hang the picture up, the police came.
We're starting a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
What we're doing is we're going to get a bunch of publicity to get basically all this money back for this family.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to do the lawsuit anymore. We're just going to do this GoFundMe. We've already got it started.
can run into some defamation stuff.
Again, the police were thinking of any technicality they could think of to protect their Mormon friend.
Look at your stalking code. See if it's that. If it's not, we're going to look at disorderly. If it's not disorderly, then we're going to look at the city ordinance.
But after going through every law they could think of, it turns out that hanging this sign on a fence and then taking a picture of it for Instagram is not illegal. In fact, what the group is doing is actually protected under the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So one of the police officers
Thank you, Founding
let the group
Fathers.
know that they were okay to keep doing this.
Right now, I don't think you guys break the law.
But this other police officer wasn't.
Why is he staring him down like that?
We're going to take it down.
And then for the rest of this footage, the police redacted.
They just sue the whole police department.
I called up the police station
Yeah.
to find out why.
You can take this to the Supreme Court for violation of the First Amendment.
Yeah. And sue everyone. Sue the Mormon church. Get rid of all the Mormons.
Take Joseph Smith to
Come on.
freaking court. Bring Joseph Smith to court, bro. We're good.
They're all going to the galaxy.
Yeah.
They could go with Darth Vader.
Police made a mistake.
That's Scientology.
Accidentally forgot to mute this police officer's audio, so when you sync the two clips together, I can actually hear what they're saying here.
He sees it or give it back? Is it an occasional crime? Is it disorderly conduct? Why? Is he upset about it? I mean, I guess, but that's not.
Yeah, this police officer is right. Just because this might make Josh upset does not make this poster illegal. So, I decided to let the police department know that some of the redactions they made aren't exactly what they're claiming they are. I think you guys might have accidentally forgot to redact another clip that was at the same time, and when I synced the two clips together, I was able to see what they were saying, like what the redaction was. And he was talking about how what we're doing actually isn't illegal and how the police officer might be wrong. And so it wasn't about protecting a victim. It wasn't any personal information. And so I was wondering, it seems like there might be a lot of stuff like that got redacted, maybe to protect the police officers, not to protect the victims, if that makes sense. And so...
Yeah, we don't do that. So like I said, anything that's redacted is pursuant to Utah State Code.
I can tell because when I sync the two clips together, I'm actually able to see that that's what the redaction was.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen.
What?
Gaslighting 101.
Yeah.
I don't do that, Ben. I follow the Utah State Code, like I just said.
Okay.
This is so creepy. Oh my.
Mormons!
God.
The evil Mormons in Utah!
This is fucking. Y'all know how the JoJo fan base fucking like bullied Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should like whatever a bunch of people start doing that shit.
Redacted this entire conversation because right here the police are actually admitting to themselves that none of this is illegal, but they're still going to try to arrest us anyways. It seems like
That's like the best cop
there,
there, bro.
Yeah.
Is to protect the police officers from getting fired. I don't know what the police officers are saying in this next clip, but I'm pretty sure they're scheming up a way to get the group arrested, because this is what happens next.
Who's that?
Lieutenant Adamson can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're gonna seize your phone right now.
Don't.
Damn!
Do not do that. You understand me? Right now, you're attempting to destroy evidence.
What?
I was just locking my phone.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the police officer's body cam POV so we can dissect.
Oh
what
my
happened.
God.
First, the police officer asks if he can confiscate Sheldon's phone, so Sheldon says okay, and
Young Sheldon.
lock it to give it to him. But at this point, Sheldon sees that his phone is unlocked, and at this moment, he decided that before giving it to the police officer, he was going to lock his phone, which is totally legal. There's no search warrant, so Sheldon is legally allowed to lock his phone. But as the police officer saw Sheldon's thumb moving towards that lock button, he snatched it out of his hands. And now the police officer's claiming that because he tried to lock his phone, he's destroying evidence.
Silence. Yeah, I was giving it to you.
Talking.
I was giving it to you.
Okay.
It's on my money.
Stop
Look,
talking.
it's on my wallet. I'm
This
throwing it all.
like is making me so angry, dude. Like,
Silence from you! Stop talking!
this
Yo,
is
he
like,
looks so zesty, bro.
Stop talking to me!
Who
And
is
again,
that? I've never
the
seen that guy in
police
my life.
decided to break the law, arrest Sheldon, all to protect an evil criminal.
I come from a long.
Shut the fuck
Yo, shut up, dude.
Why they put the scary music?
What was he arrested for?
Isn't this Cream, bro? Like, slow down.
Oh.
Could be.
I did willingly hand over my phone, but when I handed him my phone, my wallet popped up. So I said, hold up, let me hit my power button. And I have it recorded as well. That's all I went and did. That's not obstruction of evidence. And then I let him have the phone. I wasn't trying to delete anything. In fact, it is actually impossible to delete something from an iPhone from a locked screen by hitting the power button. So in no context could I have been trying to erase something by hitting one button on my phone. Now I'm sure you have a phone as well. When you hit the power button, that doesn't delete anything, does it?
I would imagine it wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I did. So I don't know how that's obstruction of evidence, but that is what it is.
Now that Sheldon is in jail, just for promoting our GoFundMe, we started doubting if we'll ever even be able to get Brian his money back for his dad's Lego collection. It's crazy that out of all the powerful organizations I've gone up against, the one company I'm not able to beat is a Lego company. I literally couldn't have imagined a worse ending for this video. But I had no clue that it was about to get way...
Yo, they're gonna raid the house. Yo, some R6 shit.
Some Ready or Not stuff, bro.
What the fuck? Why do they have ARs? What do they possibly say? What do they possibly say was in this house that they need the SWAT team?
He wasn't even moving.
The cat's dead. The cat's dead.
Yo, that's a fucking fat ass cat.
Claims it's because I was attempting to make an escape or something.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
But if we go back a little bit,
Yo, this is a crazy. Nah, this boss is gonna be
when he
fucking
grabbed
crazy.
me, and I actually made 0 quick movements. So this police officer is just straight up lying, so he can give me.
But that cat looks like it's happy.
Yes, the police department got an official warrant to search our house for stolen Legos.
What?
Josh did threaten me in the last video that
There is no way they twisted the story that bad.
he's gonna come out and say that I'm the one that stole the Legos. Okay, let's do it.
Fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Such your bald ass
A
up.
little bit, just to give you guys some context, but I actually got a copy of this.
Is that Sheldon?
Sheldon. I am a mighty little man.
Any stolen merchandise, specifically Lego merchandise. Evidence of
Why don't they swat the other guy's house?
that we stole the Legos.
Get his kids and his wife in jail.
They're looking that we stole the Legos is why they stormed our house with no evidence. And this is after he's been proven to make up stories about us before. And so now he's just pulling something out of his butt. Oh, they're the ones that stole the Legos. And for whatever reason, the police take him seriously, even though he's acting like a crazy person. Anyways, the cops probably felt pretty stupid when they searched our entire house and didn't find any stolen Legos. Again, the police illegally redacted this conversation to avoid them looking stupid.
They find one Lego set in the back room. I knew it.
But like, doesn't this dude already have like the court case in order? Like, obviously he didn't search.
Yeah,
the
and they had no evidence, but they had a bunch of evidence, like for the other guy.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Damn Mormons, I hate them now.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were
Almost as bad as the Jews.
Okay.
Would do and let us go. They're sticking to their story that we're the thieves.
No way. This gets me so irritated, man.
Yeah, this has got to be raging. They even arrested the girl that did nothing.
Damn, that's a fat ass cat.
Nah, they're gonna arrest the cat. Holy yeah, bro. What the fuck are they doing?
What is their reasoning to arrest him? Because like they're not gonna find anything. So like, what are they gonna say?
They should like sue the police department, sue the 2 guys, sue Bricks and Minifigs.
They are in like the long run.
They put them all in separate cells.
Imagine being able to build
That's and
it's like that. It's like that one part of freaking Spider-Man No Way Home.
I got taken to an interrogation room so they could find some reason to lock me up for good.
Ben, I'm Detective Nicosia.
Last time, I was able to get released on bail. But this time, they're requesting that I be held in jail a month until my court date.
What?
Honestly, nothing for me to hide. So I went through the entire story with them to show the detective that this whole thing is just a
He's
business.
tired of saying the same story.
They're gonna arrest the son too, the son of the old guy. I feel like they're gonna arrest him too.
They're gonna arrest the old guy.
I wish we could just send him an email, like show up to court this day. That would be so easy for us. But this is how the law works. Like that's not my fault. Like I don't make the law. If I made the law, send him an email, and they're like, he doesn't want your papers. You just have to figure it out civilly. And I'm like, this is the civil method, you know? Like to do it civilly, you have to serve. They're like, well then just sue him then. I'm like, that's what we're doing. Like, you see how this is a circle? I am very interested on Josh's side of the story because I think he said might have been heroin in the car or something, and they did like a 3-hour search on our car. Obviously no heroin, so I don't know what Josh is telling them to that we're doing, but suing him is not working for us. So let's do a GoFundMe.
Right after I mentioned this GoFundMe, the investigator wanted to leave the room.
Being tight here, and then I'll be back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Something about me mentioning this GoFundMe really caught his attention.
Alright. Good. Well, I'd just like to know more about this, like, GoFundMe. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, we were just trying to get, so basically what ended up happening is Ben got arrested, which we were pretty blown away he got arrested, but I'm like, all right, I'll take over now. Like, I don't want you to get in any more trouble. And he's like, yeah, I can't get in any more trouble. Like if you take over, like that, you know, that was my decision. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. What other questions do you, like, I guess have? Because there's not really, I guess, much else to say in the situation, to be honest. That's just the whole thing that just happened. I mean, I'm honestly, like, kind of shocked to be arrested at this point, for that. Yeah, this is definitely a very strange thing to be getting interrogated about, especially considering from my angle and the evidence I've seen, the overwhelming evidence, that they just blatantly stole from this guy. It's like us trying.
We should blow up the Mormon church.
Yo.
To give him his money back, and I'm the one, you know, getting put in cuffs. It's crazy.
I guess the detective didn't get what he was looking for, so he decided to interview the rest of the group.
Sounded like a great project to me. I was like, okay, like it's for a good cause.
How are you doing?
And for some reason, he was trying to get all of them to admit that the GoFundMe was my idea.
Hello.
Obviously, Ben was behind the GoFundMe idea as well, right?
I don't know whose idea that was, because I kind of just started, I think they
But he was supportive of it as his channel, right? He said, oh yeah, let's do this for the channel. From my understanding. Was that kind of your ideas to do this video with the GoFundMe and all that?
But I wasn't afraid to
Alex,
admit
you're right. They
that
just
I
hate
started a GoFundMe for Brian because
What's up?
They just hate the YouTubers.
Yeah, I told you, bro.
Yeah, that's probably why they're targeting them.
Yeah.
But swatting him is fucking crazy, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because what if someone died?
a safe, legal way to raise money for a family if they got all their stuff stolen. I should be risking nothing by admitting this.
Basically, the police told me, do not take this man to court, or else he will get arrested. And so I was like, just thinking, and we're like, let's do a GoFundMe, you know? And that was their solution.
But I was wrong.
What's so wrong with the GoFundMe?
Okay. The creation of the GoFundMe, right? We're blasting
Wow.
person all over saying, hey, he's.
So creating the GoFundMe was illegal?
When I asked the detective how creating a GoFundMe was probable cause to send me to jail, this was his response.
A lot of this stuff you may have to just get an attorney and fight it in the criminal side of court, right?
Okay, should I go back?
Yeah, go ahead and stand up. I got an officer right here that's he has cuffs for you.
Wow.
I'll also be able to hear Josh's side of the story, because I think he's said a lot of lies to you guys.
It'll be, and I never talked to Josh, but it'll be documented in the report as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
But the detective was lying. The police have illegally redacted every single claim Josh has made about me, and when I finally go to court, I'm going to be completely blind to what I'm even being charged for. The worst part is that the police officers took away my bail, so now I have to wait a month in jail.
Why is he illegal?
What? He's actually going to jail for a whole month.
Wait, but when was this video posted? Because maybe it's like pre-recorded and everything.
It was pre-recorded because this was didn't you see the body cam? Look at the body cam. Look at when this happened. 3/11, dude.
20.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Officers took away my bail, so now I have to wait a month in jail.
That's a bar.
This shit's on his permanent record, by the way. If like YouTube, obviously it's gone up for him and shit. But like, say this video flopped and stuff, and YouTube was like completely gone from him, he can never get like a regular kind of job without all the background searches, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like he's got in search for possession of heroin, bro. What job's gonna want that?
Oh well, no, they'll probably take it off if they win the court case. They'll take it off his record, no?
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, bro, they gotta get all the Mormons, bro. They're putting a bad name on the Mormons.
You one of them, I said?
However, I ended up getting extremely
Maybe.
lucky. When a judge ended up reviewing this arrest, they thought the whole thing was so stupid and ended up releasing me on bail. So now, at least I'm a free man until my court case.
W Judge. W Judge. Shout out to that
W
judge.
Judge.
Why would they still make them pay?
Because it's bond.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta make money
bullshit.
somehow.
Lightening my mental load makes it worth every penny.
Wait. That's looking kind of tough. Looks kind of tough. Can we click on the link?
Skip it, bro. Skip it.
Jacob, we're not getting you the chore list thingy.
The illegal act that I committed was mentioning that Josh stole the Legos in our GoFundMe. So if you say who the thief is,
He's been waiting a month to say that.
now I just have to wait for court. And
It was probably less because he got
I'm
released.
not excited. My entire life, I was taught if you steal from people, you get in trouble, and if you help people, you get rewarded. But I guess I was just taught a lie. By me trying to help and do the right thing, all I did was just screw everything up and get all of my friends in trouble. I couldn't fix anything, and now with all the charges I got in this video, I'm looking at least 5 years in jail. But I finally accept my fate.
Holy.
I failed, and now it's time to go home. But before I made it home, one of my roommates called me saying that a police officer just showed up to our house.
Oh my god. I thought they were gonna pull him over again.
It's like, is Mr. Snyder here? I was like, why? I was like, can I deliver a message for you? He's like, how could you deliver a message? He said it just like that. He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest. Like,
Oh my god.
he was in an action movie type walk off, and that was his like end scene line.
If I had to guess, I'd say that Bricks and Minifigs has seen that I am a free man, and they can't have me actively working on my lawsuit against them. And considering how many lies Bricks and Minifigs has made about me in this video,
Fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
American Park Police Department, make yourself known. Included in the warrant are Legos.
I can only imagine of what I'm being accused of doing now. So immediately, I called the Utah Police Department to see what my warrant was for. Someone showed up at my house today saying that there was a warrant out for my arrest.
If that warrant says a no bail, those are the ones that are more serious.
The only thing the police department could tell me is that I do have a warrant, but this time the judge approved it that I will have no bail. And
What?
a physical threat to Josh, the person the police are protecting. So basically,
Oh my
any
god.
moment now,
The judge is a Mormon.
without bail for some mystery crime. There really is only one thing that I can do now.
Go to
Guess I'll
Mexico.
get it.
I'm in Mexico now, and
Oh!
Yo!
what's going on? What the heck is that thing? Can you get loose on that?
Yo, I told you.
But at this moment, I realized what I had to do. Bricks and Minifigs thinks they can just bully anyone who tries to stop them in committing their crimes. And what's the only way to stop a bully? To stand up to them.
If me posting this picture online once got the city this upset where they had to arrest me, just think about how upset they'd be if thousands of people started wearing it.
Which is why the picture that got got me arrested, I'm putting that picture on a shirt.
And you can buy this merch at WeStealFromOldPeople.com. So go.
And yeah, all of the law enforcement that's protecting Bricks and Minifigs is gonna be pissed. But there's nothing they can do because I'm in Mexico.
Anyways, part 3 is now live on my Patreon.
What?
Also on Patreon, you'll find tons of behind-the-scenes content, plus the movie I made that all the streaming services rejected once they saw how gnarly it was. And all of the money I make goes directly towards trying to fight Bricks and Minifigs so they stop doing bad things to people. Also, make sure to donate to the GoFundMe we set up for Brian. I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to promote this. I mean, I got arrested just for creating this thing, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Everyone donate to this GoFundMe. I'm in Mexico now. The police can't do anything to me here.
These meals changed everything.
I low-key want to see part 3, bro. They're gonna get him like, brother's gonna get arrested in Mexico. Watch.
Should we buy the Patreon? Check how much it is.
No, mother, you are not paying for the Patreon, bro.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, we need to know when part 3 releases.
Can I go on a payment plan for the Patreon?
Homie, yo.
That's tough.
This is awesome. I wonder who is this?
Darman.
Is that actually?
His name was J Dar.
Bruh.
Jedi.
Yo, this guy's a G, bro. Donated like $7,000.
Meds, haha.
Anonymous donated $5. Ooh, I want to see the top ones. Like, I wonder who's the top. Like, this guy, Silent Dance. Who's bro?
Bricks. Oh, Bricks community. That's tough.
A lot of these guys are anonymous, but they donated money. This is wild. I hope they get the money, though. Oh, join for free. Yo.
Sign up with Google.
I did.
Oh.
Join to unlock. Homie, how much does it cost to join? What?
$8 monthly. That was free.
No, not free enough.
That's bullshit.
My apologies, but the Knicks just won game 2.
Awesome.
The Knicks suck.
The Knicks are gonna win.
The Knicks are gonna lose. It's all I forget what it's called.
Yeah, so I was trying to look for this guy the other day. This one, bro. This dude makes some cool ass videos.
The heck?
Yo, I saw this, like I saw a little bit of this, bro. This shit's actually creepy.
Hello, I'm gonna be right back. Got it.
Yeah.
Use the laboratory.
No.
People who were killed by their own pets. I miss my dog Cupcake.
Raise an animal yourself, feed it, love it, spend years earning its trust, then somehow you're different, and the rules don't apply to you. But history has shown that sometimes instinct doesn't care about familiarity. A woman in Pennsylvania learned that the hard way after being mauled to death by Teddy, the 350-pound black bear she had raised for nearly a decade. In Texas, a man trying to stop his own pit bulls from chasing strangers was suddenly turned on in his own driveway as neighbors desperately tried to pry the dogs off him. And in Florida, an 8-foot pet python escaped its enclosure in the middle of the night and slithered into a toddler's crib, ending in one of the most tragedies imaginable. These are the disturbing stories of people who were killed by the animals they trusted most. Killed by Teddy the bear. What do you even do with a bear as a pet? Viewer, would you get a bear as a pet? And not metaphorically,
Oh,
an
hey.
actual 350-pound black bear living in a steel cage in your backyard in the Poconos. That was what Kelly Ann Waltz and her family did in Ross Township, Pennsylvania, a rural stretch of woods about 30 miles northeast of Allentown where, if you drove past the property, you'd hear lions and tigers and God knows what else echoing through the trees. It sounds strange to us, but Kelly and her husband Michael had been doing this for over a decade. Their 8-acre property off Dodger Road had at various points housed a lion, a cougar, a jaguar, a tiger, a leopard, 2 servals, and the bear. A black bear she'd raised from a cub. She'd call him Teddy, probably a reference to teddy bears. So she
Alright.
had him for 9
Teddy
years.
Ursa.
Her neighbor Scott
What are we
Castone,
watching?
a school teacher.
Porn.
People who were
Pornography.
killed by their pets.
Who lived about 130 yards away, said he used to feed Teddy popcorn through the cage. By October 2009, most of the other animals had died of old age, so it was mainly just the mountain lion, the tiger, and Teddy left on the property. Nothing bad.
What's the fuck has a tiger and a mountain lion?
On that specific evening,
Yo,
Kelly
some
went
crazy
into
white
the
people, I'm not gonna lie.
The cage was 15 by 15 feet, steel and concrete. Her method was the same as always. She'd throw a shovel full of dog food to one side to pull Teddy's attention away, then clean the other side while he was distracted. Castone said that she had done it 1,000 times before, but then something horrible happened. The bear turned on her. Her 2 young children witnessed the attack from the outside of the cage and ran for help. By the time anyone reached her, the damage was already done. Her neighbor, Castone, took a handgun and shot the bear, but Kelly was already unconscious and was pronounced dead at the scene. She was 37 years old. She and Michael had just celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary. So before we get on to story number 2, I do want to let you guys know that...
Maybe don't have fucking... Like,
yeah, let's be real here. If the shotty got a bear, I'm not gonna, let alone go on a date with her.
I'm not
and marry
cracking.
her. Okay, bro.
But who in their right mind that takes wild animals as pets?
Low key, the Lion King was tough as hell though, so like I might have to get Simba.
I'm gonna get a few hyenas.
Bro, those hyenas laughing are creepy at night.
Sounds like Jacob.
Stories are a little bit shorter than
Right.
the rest of my videos. We tried our best to find kind of obscure pets. We couldn't really find like a cat that killed anyone, you know? I also personally don't think anyone should be owning wild animals, unless of course you have a license to do so. But we are going to see some cases on this list where people just simply didn't have a license and they just wanted to have a, cool pet. With that being said, let's head on to the next one.
Smart founders know something most people miss.
Oh my
It is a
god.
domain name, even if
Bald
you're not ready
head.
to launch your
Bald
business.
head ass.
Pitbull refused to let him go. Now, before we get into this one, I know that the dog breed of pit bulls is already pretty controversial. There's a whole movement to ban pit bulls. However, anecdotal advice.
My girlfriend has a pit bull, I think.
He's coming for you, Alex.
No, like
He's not
low-key-
gonna stop until he kills you.
No, like low key though, like the dog saved her actually, because it was like a bloodhound that was gonna kill her when she was like 3 years old and was gonna bite her and stuff, and the dog stepped inside, like in front of it, and like has a scar on the top of its head because of it. Like I'm
That's
dead
tough.
ass. Yeah, like bro's tough as hell. She's tough. But,
What's the name of the dog? Cupcake?
No, what is it? It's
Samantha.
no. What is it? Sunny, I'm gonna say maybe.
Shaniqua.
I know I'm just one guy with one story, but my friend used to actually have a pit bull, and she was one of the nicest dogs I've ever met. But yeah, I don't want anyone that owns a pit bull to be like, oh, Tubbs simply put a pit bull on this list because he doesn't like pit bulls. No, I don't. It's just, this story caught my team's eye. Anyway, let's begin. A bear attack is something that, realistically, most people understand the risk of, but dogs are different. Supposedly, dogs are family, but they can equally be unpredictable. Pit bulls specifically have spent years at the center of this back and forth about whether they're dangerous or just misunderstood, with plenty of owners swearing by them as the most loyal, loving animals they've ever had. Eddie Castillo was probably one of those people. He was 45, living in Bay Cliff, Texas, a small unincorporated community about 15 miles north of Galveston. He had 2 pit bulls that, by all accounts, he took care of well. His neighbor Jesus Excontita had known him for 6 years and said the dogs grew up with Eddie, were always well fed, and had never given him a reason to think something like this was coming. But the sheriff's office later confirmed there had been previous calls to that area regarding aggressive dogs, and more than one neighbor mentioned they'd stop walking down that part of Louisiana Avenue because of them. On the evening of October 12, 2025, around 6:30 p.m., the attack started when Eddie tried to stop his dogs from going after people passing by in a golf cart outside his home. That was the trigger. Within moments, both dogs turned on him instead, right there in his own driveway on Louisiana Avenue. Excontita heard the screaming from the next door and ran outside. What he found was Eddie being mauled. One dog locked onto his arm, not letting go. Escontita grabbed a machete and started swinging, but he broke the machete, so he grabbed the butcher knife, kept stabbing one of the dogs repeatedly, and it still wouldn't release. Meanwhile, his sister, Shane Starrett, was on the phone with 911. When the Galveston County deputy finally arrived, one dog was still clamped onto Eddie's arm. The deputy shot it, and that's what made it let go. Eddie was rushed to HCA Houston Clear Lake and was pronounced dead there. Both dogs were euthanized the following day. Eddie Castillo was 45 years old, and by every account, he loved those dogs.
Wow.
His 500-pound pet deer kicked him dead. When people
What
think
the
of
fuck? Why is a
pets,
deer that fat?
don't usually make the list. Bears, sure. Big cats, yeah. But a deer? Gerald Rushton apparently saw things
Every
differently
stuff out.
because the 67-year-old man from Wisconsin, Texas, had been
Homie's
keeping wild
67
animals
years
in his
old.
house for years. To make things
Isabella's
worse,
dad.
it was a European red stag, which is a completely different
Holy
animal
sh-
from what most people picture when they hear the word. A European red stag is enormous. This one weighed somewhere between 500 and 600 pounds and had a full rack of
Damn.
antlers. To put that in perspective, that's
Put
half
him on the
size of
roster.
horses. Rushton was keeping it in a kennel behind his home on FM9 South. Along with other animals including Axe's deer, and his stated goal, according to investigators, was to domesticate them as pets. The thing is, this wasn't even his first run-in with authorities due to this. Back in 1994, 17 years earlier, Rushton had been arrested for illegally keeping white-tailed deer in his backyard. And to be clear, keeping a European red stag in Texas is illegal. Anyway, on the morning of November 12, 2010, Rushton went into the stag's pen to feed it. What happened next is something game wardens later said.
When it shows the
was
Mexican guy, pause it.
area. The stag charged on him, pinned him against the fence with its body and antlers, gored him multiple times, and then trampled him
Holy
when he went down to the
shit.
ground. A 911 call came in, and when Harrison County Sheriff's deputies and Texas Parks and Wildlife game wardens arrived around 10:30 that morning, they couldn't even get into the pen to reach Rushton because the stag was still too aggressive to approach. They had to shoot it and kill it first just to get inside.
What
Then,
the
though,
hell?
it didn't matter.
Pause it. Bro, that's Kirby with an MF Doom mask. That's
I
tough.
know. Yeah, it is.
That's
Dude.
actually tough.
Dude, the fucking... Oh my god, dude. The deer was going crazy.
That deer started crashing out.
matter. Rushton was already dead, pronounced dead at the scene shortly after noon. What the sources point to as the likely trigger is that red stags go through a rut, a mating season, during which they become highly territorial and aggressive, even towards people they've been around before. So it's really not an unpredictable behavior for the animal. It's just biology. A wild animal that size, in that state, in a confined pen with nowhere to go and a person walking in, that combination was always going to be dangerous no matter how many times Rushton had fed it without incident. Smith County Warden Chris Green confirmed afterward that this was the first fatal attack of this kind ever recorded in that area. Gerald Rushton was 67 years old. He'd spent a significant part of his life drawn to keeping animals that the law and basic biology both said he shouldn't. And on a Friday morning in East Texas, that caught up with him in the most irreversible way possible.
How did it get so big? I built my back.
What?
And your shmoney back in 3 steps. 1.
Kept lion in his backyard.
Never.
Killed him. Some people really seem to believe
What?
that a lion is just a very large house cat, and that if you raise it from when it's a cub, feed it, spend enough time with it, the animal will meet you halfway and behave accordingly. It's a mindset that shows up more than you'd expect, and these two cases, one in a Czech village and one in a South African wildlife lodge, are probably the clearest illustration of where that thinking leads. Mikhail Presek was 33 and lived in Zidikov, a small village in the eastern Czech Republic, about 350 kilometers southeast of Prague. In 2016, he bought a male lion from Slovakia and built enclosures for it in his backyard. Then he added a lioness the following year for breeding. The village had been uneasy about it from the start. Local authorities had denied him planning permission for the pens and fined him for illegal breeding, but Prasek refused to let anyone onto the property, and because there were no alternative facilities in the Czech Republic to relocate the animals to, and no evidence of cruelty, nobody could actually force the issue. It had been going on for years with no resolution, and the situation had already turned strange the previous summer when Prasek was walking the lioness on a leash outside, and a passing cyclist rode straight into her, an incident that police ultimately logged as a traffic accident. On March 5th, 2019, though, things went sideways really fast. His father found him dead inside the male lion's cage, the door locked from the inside. Police had to shoot both lions to get to the body. In short, he'd gotten too comfortable with the lion, went into the cage as he had many times before, but still being a wild animal, it attacked and killed him. The village mayor said afterward that the incident would perhaps finally help resolve what had become a very long-running problem, aka a fellow villager putting everyone in danger by trying to domesticate a lion. Now, Wes Matthewson's situation was about as far from Prasek's as you could get on paper. He was 69, a conservationist who ran Lion Tree Chop Lodge with his family in South Africa's Limpopo province, and he'd hand-reared 2 white lionesses from cubs, animals he'd known for years and walked with regularly. Everyone in his circle called him Uncle West. Unlike Prasek, he actually was someone who had built an entire life around these animals and genuinely knew them, or at least believed he did. On August 26th of 2020, he was out walking the 2 lionesses on the lodge grounds. Again, like Prasek, this is something he'd done countless times before. Regardless, one of them attacked him with no warning at all. His wife Gil was driving just behind him and saw the whole thing happen. Tried everything she could to get him out, but she couldn't stop it. Matthewson died there on the property he'd spent his life building. The gap between these 2 men couldn't have been wider, and yet the attack on Matthewson came just as suddenly and with just as little warning as what happened to Prasek in that locked cage and Zedekov. Whatever either of them believed about their relationship with those animals, the animals weren't operating with the same understanding. Pet python in toddler's crib.
What?
Among many exotic animals out there, I think it's not uncommon for people to keep snakes as pets, even big ones. There's a whole community around it, and most of the time, nothing goes wrong. Unfortunately, when something does go wrong, the consequences can be fatal. Jaren Hare had owned an 8'6" albino Burmese python named Gypsy for about 5 years before the night of July 1st, 2009. She lived with her boyfriend Charles Darnell and her 2-year-old daughter Shayuna in a rural home in Sumter County, and the snake lived with them in a glass aquarium in the house. Now for context, 2 important things here. The first is that the aquarium had no proper lid. They would just throw a quilt over it. That's it. And second is that Gypsy, the python, by the time that summer rolled around, was severely malnourished. In the early morning hours of July 1st, Gypsy pushed out from under the quilt, made her way across the house and into Shayuna's crib. She bit her repeatedly on the arms and face, then coiled around her neck and asphyxiated her. Darnell called 911, and in that call, she said that the snake had gotten into the baby's crib and strangled her. Then he stabbed Gypsy to death himself. Immediately after, both adults were placed under arrest. At trial, they argued that Gypsy had always been docile and that nobody could have anticipated this happening, but that's a bit debatable. In fact, Florida's Department of Children and Families had actually been in that home 2 months earlier. A complaint had come in about the care Shayuna was receiving. A DCF investigator visited in May of 2009, and while he was there, he saw the python in its aquarium. He didn't report it to Florida Fish and Wildlife, the agency responsible for checking if the snake was safely housed. As it turned out, owning a python like that required a license, which Hare and Darnell didn't even have. The investigation wrapped up in June, just about 2 weeks before Shayuna died. So the jury took less than 2 hours to reject the "we didn't see this coming" claim. The foreperson said afterward that regardless of how remote the risk seemed, it was the couple's responsibility to make sure there was no possibility a 2-year-old could be harmed, and they failed to do that. The prosecutor told the jury that the snake wasn't at fault. It was a wild animal doing what a starving wild animal does. The fault was entirely with the 2 adults in that house. Both were convicted of aggravated manslaughter and child neglect and sentenced to 12 years in prison. Darnell was released in January of 2021, Hare 9 months later. Shayuna's father separately sued the Florida Department of Children and Facilities for wrongful death, arguing the state had every opportunity to intervene and didn't. His kangaroo killed him. We all know Australia's wildlife reputation, right? That everything there.
How the fuck is he keeping a kangaroo?
Snakes, jellyfish, the sun. But a kangaroo looks a bit harmless on paper, right? In fact, most people's mental image of a kangaroo is either a boxing joke or something you see on a tourism poster, not an animal that can actually end your life. Peter Eads probably thought the same way, which is maybe why a 77-year-old alpaca breeder from Redmond, Western Australia, ended up becoming the first person killed by a kangaroo in Australia since 1936. Peter was known around the Great Southern region as a dedicated animal person. He'd established the Agnes Alpaca Stud back in 1997, built up a herd of 60 animals, named every single one of them, and even built a small cemetery on the property to bury them when they died. He told the ABC in 2017 that when his time came, he wanted to be buried next to Claudia, his favorite alpaca. That's the kind of person he was, someone who formed real attachments to wild animals and treated them accordingly. So when a kangaroo Joey came into his life, he hand-raised it from the time it was small enough to fit in your hands. The problem was that a Joey you raise in your palms eventually becomes a 3-year-old male western gray kangaroo, and that's a fundamentally different animal. They can weigh close to 120 pounds, stand over 4 feet tall, and fight using their upper limbs to grapple. They shift their weight onto their tail, and then kick forward with both hind legs simultaneously, each one tipped with sharp claws. And the males, particularly around breeding season, become territorial and aggressive in ways that have nothing to do with how they were raised or how long they've known you. On Sunday, September 11th, 2022, Peter was attacked by the...
What the Sigma?
Did he say September 11th?
Huh?
What?
Is that the day Jay-Z dropped Blueprint?
I don't know. I was doom scrolling.
I'm gonna kick your ass later.
Grew on his
This video sucks.
Alright, bro. We're...
A family member
Let's
found out
watch
later
like
that
a
she
scary
was
video
deceased,
again.
And by the time the emergency services
Okay, I'm kind of tired, bro.
Yeah, you just want to get off?
Nah, we chilling.
See Michael open up the door.
Y'all want to see a really disturbing video? I saw it this morning. It's by that crow guy. The crow guy. It is.
I don't know what just happened.
Itachi. Let's all go to Planet Fitness.
Where is it? Where is it? I saw it this morning.
Planet Fitness is at it's at Planet Fitness.
Let's go to Planet Fitness. It's free.
Where is it?
We should do a Planet Fitness stream.
Isaiah lifts a 2-pound dumbbell.
We should go to
guys.
stripping school and we learn how to pole dance.
Here it is.
That would be tough.
the
Imagine
daily-
coming back to school
Hey.
knowing how to pole dance.
Hey, the
Let me not
daily
be
creep,
comfortable.
the daily capper here. This is like a really messed up video.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's like what it's like the one with the puppet thing, right? Not like it's like a blonde like paper
Let's watch
cutout.
one we haven't watched.
It's
like
like
no
a
one's
pedal
watched.
ring or something.
A pedal ring?
Yeah, it's a pedal
let's
ring.
do YouTube's darkest videos number 9.
Number 15, Burger
What?
King butt lettuce.
Where the hell did you see number 9? This one?
Mm-hmm.
The following video is sponsored by SimpliSafe. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Why is he making the ad scary?
The following video contains scenes that may be upsetting and distressing for some. Video.
Yeah.
Straight CP on my screen.
If it's
What's up?
scary, I'm leaving.
What's up, Jacob?
Straight
He
CP
said-
on my screen.
On the morning of March 22nd, 2024, the Kern County Sheriff's Office was flooded with calls about an incident that had taken place near the Wasco Amtrak station. in California. The incident involved a pedestrian who was reportedly walking dangerously close to an active train track before being struck by an oncoming locomotive, a situation that authorities knew was likely unsurvivable. Police arrived at the scene shortly after 8 a.m. and were met with the bloody aftermath of the accident, as they found 48-year-old Horacio Ayala Penosa deceased on the tracks, with the force of the impact being so strong that his body was torn apart and scattered all throughout the area. At first, it was believed to have been a clear-cut suicide, but after interviewing some of the witnesses, police learned that the man had never stepped in front of the train, and rather, he had actually been sucked underneath as a result of walking too closely, painting a clearer picture that this was all a tragic accident. But as police were conducting these interviews, one strange detail kept coming up, as apparently, Horacio wasn't the only one on the tracks around the time of the incident, with there allegedly having been one other man standing nearby, a man who took off shortly after Horacio had been killed, and strangely, witnesses believe they saw the man reach down and pick something up before leaving. For the officers on the scene, finding this man became the next obvious order of business, but by this point, he had already found himself a few blocks away, where he was spotted by a group of construction workers. The group watched as the man walked towards them, appearing to hold some sort of large item in one of his hands, the same item that had been taken from the train tracks. And the closer he got, the clearer it became what exactly this thing was.
What?
It was a human leg.
What?
For some inexplicable reason, when the train had dismembered Horacio, this man had run over and picked up his leg, and he was now waving that leg on the sidewalk of a nearby road. With the construction crew
That's
saying that
some
he
demon
leaned
stuff,
against
bruh.
the fence as he walked towards them,
Yeah.
and at one point had even struck the leg against one of their machines.
100% possessed.
Fear washed over the group, as they were unsure what this man had done to get this leg, or what he would do next, though that was something that even the wildest of imaginations could have never predicted.
Ah, shit.
What? Oh! Yo!
No.
What the
As
hell?
the man looked down at the leg and began
Nah, he's
bleeding
possessed.
as the workers watched on in horror. Officers arrived on the scene immediately after this.
These
and when they
crackhead
asked the man who was
cannibals.
swimming with the leg, he explained that it belonged to him and that he was taking it to a nearby hospital to have it reattached. But it was obvious to
The
everyone.
hell are you walking?
He wasn't missing any of his legs. But the officers
He's
had to
so
go as far
smart.
as to prove it to him by making him roll up the sleeves of his pants and touch both of his legs. His explanation was completely nonsensical, and obviously didn't account for the fact that he was literally
Talking
eating
about his
legs
third
just
leg.
minutes before, leading to officers immediately placing him under arrest. His name was Rosendo Tejas, a 27-year-old man who had been experiencing homelessness and had been living on a street near the train tracks, with police determining that he did in fact have nothing to do with the actual death of Horatio. He just so happened to be near the tracks at the time, where he would first witness the accident, and then, for some unknown reason, take Horatio's leg and start eating it. It appears as though this was the result of a combination of both drugs and alcohol, as he was found carrying narcotics when he was taken into custody, and he had just been captured by security cameras purchasing alcohol at a nearby liquor store just hours before the incident. But what's so interesting about this footage is just how normal Rosendo seems. In fact, the people working there knew him quite well, as he stopped in almost daily, where he was described as being polite and ordinary, including on the day of that incident. In fact, it's said that at first the shop owners didn't believe that Rosendo could have possibly done this, but it seems that whatever substances he had taken that day had changed him. Rosendo Tejas was charged with 2 counts of removal of human remains, and 1 count of destroying or concealing evidence, as well as resisting a police officer, and was sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading no contest, bringing this absurd case to an end.
That's so
However, his
stupid.
unsettling behavior will forever live on in one of YouTube's.
I think cannibalism should lead to life in prison.
What the hell?
What? Oh god.
Oh god. That's
Scared.
Sorry to interrupt.
I'm not laughing at him, I'm just laughing because this is like the 19th time I've seen this stupid ass ad, bro.
Yes,
Oh my
bro.
God. Chapter 2.
It was just past 10 p.m.
No! No, no, no. It's just past 10 p.m. right now. No!
Should we save it for tomorrow?
No, we're watching it now.
For her, this was a meditative practice, a way of unwinding after a long, stressful day, and to truly feel at peace. But that day, fate had other plans. As Hannah was dancing, something off camera caused her to stop dead in her tracks and yell, "Who are you?" It was
I would get a
man
knife.
Hannah had never seen before, standing in the doorway of her balcony, which again was on the 2nd floor, meaning that man had climbed up, cracked open the door, and was now standing in her home staring at her.
So you gotta
staring
lock
at
the
her
door.
intensely with a big grin on his face.
Who are you? Who are you? Please get off.
Hannah stopped the music and again asked, "Who are you?" To which the man responded by saying,
Please get out. No, please get out. Yes.
but her demeanor and the panic in her voice made it all too clear that this was far from the case.
Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now.
She started to make her way over to her phone and then towards the front door. All the while, the man kept calmly insisting that they be friends, but Hannah was having none of it.
Please get out of my apartment right now.
Opening her front door and, in the process,
Get out. Get out.
pointing the camera directly at the intruder, giving us our first and only glimpse of the man, as he's standing still in the balcony doorway.
What the
And with the
fuck?
front door now open, she yelled at him to get out, loud enough for the neighbors to hear.
Get out.
What the hell?
Which finally caused the man to retreat. As it turns out, Hannah did actually know who this man was, at least vaguely, as he lived in the same apartment complex, but he never actually spoke to her. He would always just stare and smile, making it apparent that he had some sort of sick interest in her. As for why he entered her home that night, it's fairly obvious that his intentions were incredibly sinister, with Hannah recalling that during the entire experience, his hands never left his hoodie pocket, making her wonder if he was holding onto some sort of weapon that he may have been
Pocket
planning to use
jerking.
Yeah.
because of her
Pocket jerking.
Yeah, he was. He
didn't
was.
know what he had planned that night. Days after the incident, police would arrest 36-year-old Angel Moses Rodriguez Gomez and charge him with stalking, 2nd-degree assault, 3rd and 4th-degree burglary, and malicious destruction of property. But surprisingly, shortly after his arrest, they allowed him to walk free on bail. And given that he lived in the same apartment complex as Hannah and clearly knew where she lived, this decision was incredibly controversial, with Hannah herself stating in an interview that, "I just don't think it's fair that he's walking freely right now, and I have to watch my back at every angle." Thankfully, the court's decision would not lead to any further escalations in the case, and today Angel no longer lives in the country, but the footage is incredibly chilling nonetheless, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of home invasion videos late the other night. And here on YouTube, I came across countless unsettling examples. One such example
the same
is
guy?
from Saratov, Russia, and shows a woman moments after being awoken by the sound of knocking as she lay in bed in her apartment. It was around 4:30 a.m., which was already unusual enough, but things became downright horrifying for her when she realized that the knocking wasn't coming from the door, it was coming from the window.
Ah!
Outside of the house, a man banging his head
What the hell?
over and over again. And equally as disturbing,
Who is bro?
it wasn't on the first floor. She was 2 stories up, and she didn't have a balcony.
What?
What? While he continued to strike the window. Eventually, these hits grew so forceful that the glass started to break, and his head began bleeding profusely, finally leading to the man stopping, but not in the pursuit of entering the home.
What?
Do you have alcohol?
As he instead climbed to a different window where he attempted to peel it open with his fingers. But by this point, police had already arrived on the scene, and eventually the man would be forced down and placed under arrest.
Sir, do you need help getting down?
As to why this man was
Who
doing
is bro?
this. It appears that he was under the influence of bath salts during the ordeal. But aside from that,
Bath salts?
I don't know about the man's identity or whatever became of him. But I was able to find that this clip.
Hold on, I gotta look this shit up.
Ain't no way, bruh. Overdosing on bath salts.
Of
How
bath
do you even overdose on it?
salts.
He was going insane because of them. What?
What?
That's crazy. I'm never using them in my life.
Potentially fake. Stimulation, psychosis, and erratic behavior.
Hallucinations. He definitely was seeing some shit. Like he had to.
Yeah.
That's the one that stuck out to me the most. Like terrifying hallucinate. Just look at this guy, dude.
Doesn't tell the entire story, as the woman behind
He
the
looks
camera
retarded.
spoke to a local reporter and provided additional.
He was seeing fucking Shrek coming for him. He was like, oh, I can't open this.
What are you doing if you see him? I would
If I
push him off.
Yo, look, yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'd push him off too, bro. I hit him with the, this is Sparta!
context to the ordeal, which only made the story more terrifying. At first, he knocked with his hands. Then he began to peck at me at the window with his head for an hour and a half without stopping.
What
After
the
that, he
hell?
started shouting my name to the whole yard. He was foaming.
How
at
did he
the
know
mouth.
the name?
His whole face was covered in blood, and he shouted that he wanted to talk to me, and he needed me. With the most terrifying part of his
demonic.
statement being that she had no idea who this man was, or how he could have
How'd she
even
know his
known her
name? Yeah, what the
Both
fuck?
Stalker.
of these intruder
Yeah.
videos featuring people whom the victims had never even spoken to makes them especially unsettling, as it shows that you really never know who's watching and who might be obsessing over you. But incidents like this can be equally as chilling when the intruder is someone that you do know. Mohammed Amana was a 26-year-old man
Muhammad
who
Ali.
worked for Sweden and had been dating
Okay.
a woman named Maria. But after several run-ins with the law, Mohammed's lifestyle just became too much for her, and she eventually decided to end the relationship. This caused Mohammed to become enraged, an emotion that was only further heightened when he discovered that she was staying with a male friend of theirs. And on the 25th of May, he would show up at his doorstep and ask to speak to Maria. Inside, the male friend and Maria both refused to let him in and told
Oh
him
shit, let me
that
actually
for
like
a
zoom in.
moment he
Hold up.
did, though only temporarily, as he would return minutes later, this time armed with a ladder. And noticing what he was trying to do,
What?
the homeowner began recording on his cell phone.
I'll push the ladder off.
The man behind the camera asks, "What are you doing? Are you going to fight me?" To which Mohammed said no, he just wanted to speak to Maria.
Tror du kommer upp här? Tror du kommer upp här?
As he said this, his demeanor was unsettlingly calm as he continues making his way up the ladder.
Mohammed. Du kommer inte upp här. Du kommer inte in I mitt hem. Du kommer inte in I mitt hem, Mohammed.
with his demeanor being so calm that the cameraman couldn't tell if Mohammed was a threat or not, though it wouldn't take long for him to get his answer.
Du kommer inte in I mitt hem. Därför hon...
Oh!
Han högg mig med en kniv, man. Han högg mig med en kniv.
In an instant, Mohammed struck the cameraman, causing him
Why
to
is he
retreat into
running?
his room, closing the sliding glass door just in time for Mohammed to step on the balcony and brandish a large kitchen knife.
What the hell?
Oh shit!
Michael Myers shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Hey, get a knife, you fucking dumbass, bro.
Still dazed by the attack,
Duel of the Fates starts playing in the kitchen, bro.
further into the house, while Maria had already run into the bathroom and locked the door behind her. A door that
What?
was
She
quickly
locked him
run-
out!
Damn.
Just you.
Bro.
Wait. Everyone, wouldn't this be tough as hell? Hold on. Wait. I'll open another tab just for this, alright?
Talking about.
Did we get the bath salt ad? Duel.
Yo, he brings out a knife, and all you hear is this in the background. They start fighting with their knives. And then
Yo,
one
why
of
did
them...
Maria lock him out?
Mohammed just brings out another knife and dual wields. And they just start fighting, and all you hear is like him going, I'm hurt.
No, but why did she lock him out? That's fucked up.
That's that true love for you. Hold on, I'm
You
sorry.
get busted shit in those fucking.
Hold up.
Mohammed, hugg du. Mohammed, du högg mig redan.
and desperately tried to.
It's not that funny. I thought it was gonna be funnier.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna try to
Trying
fight
to
him.
use his knife to turn the
Yeah.
lock, as that lock was the only thing standing in the way of what he was there to do. What exactly that was is unknown, as police would manage to arrive on the scene within minutes of this footage being taken, where they would arrest Mohammed before he was able to get to Maria. But it's clear based on the fact that he had a weapon on him.
Why didn't he just stab this guy? Is my question.
No, he should have pushed him off the ladder. He's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
The film was left with only minor cuts. Mohammed was sentenced to 2 years in prison, as well as a 10-year ban from the country of Sweden. leaving
Damn!
of 3 disturbed intruders, whose true intentions will thankfully never be known. It's the spookiest time of the year, a time when the consumption of horror movies and dark YouTube videos reaches its peak.
June,
But
it's
while
June.
at the moment, the true terror of consuming this content often occurs long after the credits roll, when you close your eyes to go to sleep, only to feel the sickening feeling of paranoia. Every creak in your home sending a jolt of panic
Somebody
throughout your body,
feels like
making you wonder
somebody's
what
watching
has to
me.
be inside your house. I was just like you once. Consuming creepy content is my livelihood, and as a result, I've spent countless sleepless nights feeling uneasy within my own home, never quite feeling safe and secure.
This is an ad?
wondering if something was lurking around me, until I realized that the reason I didn't feel secure
VPN.
was because I wasn't. The only thing standing between me and the outside world was a simple lock, and I knew it was time for a change. With that change finally coming when I partnered with this video sponsor,
Bro.
SimpliSafe. SimpliSafe on the
Motherfucker.
system, as well as view your live camera feeds any.
Yo, when's the Logan Paul video gonna come up? Oh my god, I think it was...
Alright, hey folks, this is Noah, getting my blog live. Trucks and trucks and lots of trucks.
This is the very first footage that Noah Harpkin will post to YouTube. After years of having a channel, Noah finally decided to give uploading a try, posting this inaugural video to a self-titled channel on October 29th, 2015, titling it 102915 Video Blog Number 1, and introducing himself to the platform with a simple "Hello World" in the description.
No, but I did want to dissect just the beginning of a sermon given by a Pastor Bill, a guy that my dad has been following, taking ideas from for 10 years at least. He and his family, 2 kids.
In the video, Harpum paces throughout his home and discusses a priest named Pastor Bill, whom he believed was influencing his father and his family, and clearly not in a good way.
I've been ignorant of it for a long time, so I wanted to look at it, and I challenged him just to look at 15 minutes of this sermon.
Though he gives no context as to who this pastor is, only mentioning that he had been ignorant of the situation for a while, and that this
Is it a
video was
cult?
his response after trying to expose the
Oh,
truth to his
shit.
father.
Been waiting and waiting, and haven't heard anything. So I was gonna just post my reply, and I guess that's how I'll start my blog.
Again, what this truth is unclear, as the lack of information makes this video a confusing watch, and ultimately it tells us very little about who Noah was, let alone the other people he was discussing. But he did end the clip by making it clear that this was only the beginning of what would be a reoccurring blog series that would showcase just him, his thoughts, and his camera.
The blog is just gonna be me with video camera, and that'll be it. We'll see what happens.
But before those uploads would come, Noah had pinned a website in his description that directed users to a blog post written by him that same day, titled, "Is my dad in a cult? Even worse, is it satanic?" Throughout the writing, Harpem loosely provides additional context for his video, as he breaks down a sermon given by Pastor Bill, who is shown to be Bill Johnson, a well-known preacher from the Bethel Church in Redding, California, who had garnered a large following online. And despite the sermon being over an hour long, Harpem goes through it point by point, critiquing everything that he said. And the more he typed, the more angry he got. And the more angry he got, the more nonsensical his words became. I'm attempting to
Vegetables have an excuse.
along with a select group of rulers, are using mind control techniques to poison and confuse legions of useful idiots that slave away to keep the institution humming along, and that this man, Pastor Bill Johnson, and his ruling caste are using mind control to keep people imbalanced and ignorant, in a state of perpetual waiting for the material world to
It's
be
that Mormon shit,
while
bro.
they themselves are profiting immensely in this material world.
We're giving a bad name.
The blog is a peek behind the curtain of the man shown in this video, a man who seems to be clearly mentally unwell, paranoid, and very angry, with the post making it clear that the purpose of Noah's content was to bring this pastor down, and video blog number 1 was supposed to be just the start. However, there would never be a video blog number 2, as just 2
They
days
killed
after
him.
posting this video, Noah's life would take a drastic turn.
What the fuck?
What do you do?
I wasn't always here, but thanks to Purdue Global, I got my literal dream job.
Colorado Springs 911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
It's at,
Repeat that one more time for me and make sure I had it correct.
well, it's across the street from me. I'm calling from my address.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, there was a guy walking around with like 2 cans of gasoline.
Yo, don't tell me he lit himself on fire.
And a big, like a rifle, was black, and it had a strap around it. He's walking up to doors and stuff.
What?
At 8:35 a.m. on Halloween morning, a woman named Naomi Bettis called 911 after witnessing a suspicious man walking around her neighborhood in Colorado Springs, as she watched him carrying several cans of gas, as well as an AR-15 that was hung over his shoulder. She didn't know it at the time, but this man was her neighbor, Noah Harpem.
And then I seen that he walked into the building, and the glass window at that business is broke.
And that's a business? What's the name of the business?
I have no idea, but I just know I don't know if it's a fake gun, BB gun, but it looks pretty scary.
As the call progresses, Naomi explains that she had watched him enter a nearby business, where one of the windows appeared to have been broken. She wasn't sure if anything illegal had happened at this point, but she was convinced that Noah was up to something sinister, which based on what he had in his possession, seemed to be the only logical conclusion. However, this concern wasn't felt by everyone.
Okay. And you said it looked like a long gun, correct? Like a rifle?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, it is an open carry state, so he can have a weapon with him or walking around with it, but of course having those gas cans, it does seem pretty suspicious, so we're going to keep the call going for that.
Okay, and the window's broken to that business downstairs, so.
Right. And you said he's now upstairs, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
No.
Okay.
As the operator seemingly brushed aside the incident, stating that she was only keeping the call going because the gas cans could be suspicious. However, even with that, the report still wasn't taken seriously, as the dispatcher hung up on her shortly after, before dispatching one single officer to the scene. An
Dude,
officer
this
that
guy's gonna
already
blow up the
immediately,
freaking
as just
street.
moments later, he was called off and sent to what was deemed to be a more pressing scene at the local senior center.
Bro.
Naomi's concerns were completely ignored, but despite this, she continued to watch out her window, waiting to see what Noah would do next. 4 minutes after her call with police ended, and 10 minutes after first reporting Noah's behavior, Naomi would dial 911 once again. Only this time, her demeanor was far different.
I just called a few minutes ago and the guy came back out and he fired a gun at somebody and he's laying on the street dead. Oh my God. You sent an ambulance too.
Naomi's worst fears had come true, as she frantically told dispatch that the man carrying the gun had just shot and killed someone outside of her home.
Oh my God. Okay, calm down, okay? Stay with me. I'm just putting that into the call. Is anyone in immediate danger? No, that I can see or think. No.
In response, the operator bizarrely asks if anyone else is in danger, but Naomi, likely in a state of shock, answers no, before immediately realizing that Noah was heading in the direction of Platt Avenue, which was known to be a busier neighborhood.
Maybe on Platt Avenue there might be people in danger. Naomi, I need the suspect's description. Do you know his name? No,
Oh my gosh, if they did their job the first time.
Yeah.
She desperately tried to relay that more people were likely in harm's way, only to be immediately proven right just seconds later.
I think
Okay, she got killed.
outside that might be in danger up on Platt. Oh, I just heard another gun fire. Oh my God.
When she hears more gunshots, prompting the operator to once again ask,
Yeah, they need to call an ambulance or something right away. Okay. Is anyone in immediate danger?
Oh my God, bro. Lady, yes. Yes.
The paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly.
Help you! Yo, she's not here.
It was only then that the operator would tell Naomi that police and medical personnel were finally being dispatched to the scene, but by this point, it was far too late. In the moments after Naomi had made her first 911 call, Noah Harpham would first attempt to light his house on fire using the 2 cans of gasoline, though this, however, failed and caused him to quickly shift his focus. Noah instead stepped outside and brandished his rifle, immediately pointing it directly at Andrew Mayers, who had been riding his
Oh,
bike
what a
in the
Chad.
neighborhood.
What a
And after
Chad.
seeing Harpham
Oh,
stopped and
holy
begged him not to
shit.
shoot, to which Noah responded by pulling the trigger multiple times, killing him instantly, with Andrew
Shit.
Myers being the man that Naomi had seen laying dead on the street. From there, Noah began walking up the street, where he would eventually see 2 women sitting on the porch of a sobriety center,
Oh,
where
shit.
local women went to get help with their drug and alcohol addictions. And upon noticing them, he immediately started shooting, striking and killing both Christina Galella and Jennifer Vasquez.
Oh.
Noah walked for over a mile after this before the police finally caught up with him. And when they
Bro,
called out for him to stop
a
running,
whole
Noah
mile.
turned and immediately opened fire, leading to a massive shootout.
Who's just driving
When smoke
calmly?
cleared, the only one struck had been Noah, who was lying dead on the pavement, marking the end of his killing spree.
Ghost your ROI worries.
Bro.
Pavement like the band?
Snapchat ads.
If you're
Snapchat.
a new lash obsession, look no
Gosh.
further. Thrive Cosmetics just released 3 new shades.
The
What a-
investigation that followed revealed
what
that
a
Noah
video,
had never
bro.
even met any of the 3 people he killed that day. They were all total strangers.
Bro.
Making the question, why had he done it?
Why?
Well, even today, there's still no clear motive, with this appearing to be a completely random and senseless act. But looking at his final and only posts online, Noah was clearly very angry and seemed to be mentally unwell, which was corroborated by testimony from his parents, as they later claimed that he had anger issues and suffered from drug addiction and bipolar disorder. But what's so unusual about this to me was that this video was published just 2 days before the killings, and it was clearly not meant to be a one-off post. It was something that he seemed genuinely excited to continue, yet not even 48 hours later, he resorted to this. What
It was
happened
Bill.
in the time frame may never be known, but the effects of it will last
It was
forever.
Bill Clinton.
And I can't help
I've done worse. Wait, you guys seen that clip, right, from Peabody and Sherman? He's like, I've done worse. Right?
Oh.
Hold
No.
on. I'm pulling it up now. Bill Clinton. I've
For Mr. Peabody and
done
Sherman.
worse.
Bill Clinton, I've done worse.
Here it is.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and some dogs are created.
Yeah, why he only say some dogs, bro? That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
racist.
Hey, hey, it's the president, bro. Put your hand on your heart, bro. Come on, show a little respect.
Me too. I've done worse.
Yo.
Michael, open up the door.
Shut up about choosing Michael, bro.
Presidential pardon. Me too. I've done worse.
In a kids movie, by the way. In a kids movie, by the way.
He's some young.
Help but wonder how differently this all could have gone if that initial 911 operator had just taken Naomi's report seriously. Noah's spree didn't start for a full 10 minutes after she started that.
Bro, these dumbass operators, bruh.
But instead, Noah was given all the time he needed to end 3 innocent lives.
What the fuck?
It wasn't an attraction for the faint of heart. Standing over 1,300 feet above the ground, the Deogar ropeway was built to take tourists up and down the Trikut mountain in Jharkhand, India. It was the tallest cableway in the entire country, offering an unparalleled view of Deogar and the picturesque landscape around it. Because of this, videos have long since been posted on YouTube showing just how dramatic of a ride this truly is, with one such video being recorded on April 10th, 2022. That day, a woman and her family had been filming their adventure to the Trikut mountain, and were now filming a first-person view of the descent back down.
Don't tell me like one of them in front's gonna drop off.
It wasn't the kind of place for anyone with a fear of heights, and the loud sounds of the car passing the support towers only added to the anxiety of the trip. But the group filming this all remained relatively calm, quietly conversing to themselves, seemingly unfazed by the spectacular height. Even enjoying it. A feeling that wouldn't last.
Imagine being able to
What? Dude, actual blue balls. Actual blue balls. They left me with blue balls. Holy. Dude, is the cart next to them gonna fall off?
Oh.
Oh shit.
Without any
Wait, what?
warning, the car was met with a massive force, sending the occupants and the camera to the floor, causing the footage to go dark. In that moment, one of the ropeway's axles had dislodged, causing a failure on the pulley system, which resulted in 2 carts crashing into each other, and the rest coming to a sudden and violent halt. The impact was brutal, but somewhat surprisingly, the footage continued. Showing just enough to reveal that the ropeway and the cabin these people were in were both still intact, before the recording came to an end. This group had survived the impact.
Oh.
It was far from over. News of the collision quickly spread throughout the region, leading to the scene being flooded with rescuers and news crews alike, with everyone trying to figure out what exactly was happening, and the initial prognosis was grim. In the impact, 1 man in a separate car had been killed, and many others were left injured. And making matters worse, due to the broken axle, the ropeway was now no longer operational, meaning that the 70-plus people spread throughout the various cars were now stuck, some of whom were still suspended over 1,000 feet in the air.
I would shit on
This proved
myself.
to be an incredibly difficult rescue operation, just given the height of the ropeway alone. And ultimately, it was determined that the Indian Air Force would utilize their special top-of-the-line helicopters to fly over the cars and lower down ropes with harnesses attached to them for survivors, who then would strap themselves in and be hoisted up to the helicopter above using an electronic winch. It took hours for them to even make their first attempt, before finally trying their approach on a middle-aged man, who slid on his rescue strap and was then slowly pulled up towards safety.
That's terrifying.
The footage of this is horrifying. These people were already over 1,000 feet in the air when their cars got stuck, and now they were being lifted even higher, tethered only by a single rope and a safety harness. Worst of all, it was a particularly windy day, which was made worse by the swirling of the helicopter blades, a combination that caused the man to start swinging wildly from side to side as he hung onto the rope for dear life.
Holy shit. This is making me actually so nervous just looking at this.
I have to take a piss so bad, bro.
It was a grueling journey up, but finally the man reached the aircraft. And with safety just a few feet away, he instinctively reached his arms above his head. And attempted to land the
Oh!
helicopter, a decision that would have disastrous effects. As he did so, his harness slid upwards and was pulled over his shoulders, and then over his arms, before eventually landing in his hands, meaning the only thing left holding him up
Oh
was
my
his own
god.
hand, as he clung to the now useless harness.
Oh, no one's gonna help him up.
For a full minute, he dangled there, just inches away from rescue.
Why is no one helping him up?
Searched the craft for something they could use to safely hoist him in, but before they got the chance,
He dropped. Don't tell me he dropped.
Yes.
slipped out of his harness, momentarily catching himself on the side of the helicopter itself.
No.
At this point, his strength was gone, and seconds later, his grip would fail for good. Causing him to plummet approximately 2,000 feet to the ground below, killing him instantly.
Damn.
Didn't even show it, bro.
You wanted to see that?
What?
The sight was especially
Well, like,
horrible,
at least show him,
as they
like,
watched the
slipping,
man they
dude.
thought had made it to safety
Why?
fall to the ground right in front of them. The fear they must have felt knowing that soon it would be their turn is unimaginable. After this, the rescue crews began making tweaks to their operation, which started to lead to a few attempts going off without a hitch. But the entire process was incredibly slow.
Imagine being the guy
Hours
after.
would pass before 60-year-old Shuba
Yo.
Nagi would finally get her chance to be removed from the car. And as she started her ascent up to the helicopter, the wind also caused her to start swinging wildly. So wildly, in fact, that the winch used to lift her suddenly stopped working, leaving her hanging there, only moving side to side rather than up towards safety.
The Indians,
As she
bro.
hung there, rescuers on the helicopter frantically tried to figure out what the problem with the winch was. But before they could ever get their answer, the rope suddenly snapped.
What?
Free fall to the ground
Bro.
below.
Yeah, they're using shitty ass ropes.
Oh.
And from what I can find online, there isn't a definitive answer as to how this happened. But either way, it resulted in Shuba's tragic death.
She just
It
drops.
took a total of 48 hours for the last of the survivors to be rescued and finally brought to safety. An unimaginable
48,
amount of
that's
time
like
for
2
one
days. Like, imagine being
position,
stuck in there for 2
with
days.
survivors having to watch two people fall to their deaths before them, unsure if they too were going to meet the same fate. Since its release,
AAPD, like.
online, as the media actually hailed this as an impressive and even successful rescue operation for the Indian Air Force,
Successful?
while others have hit back on
Nothing
it,
is
as most of them
successful
seem to have
if
been
someone died.
preventable, with more people
Mm.
dying from the rescue than the accident itself. Though ultimately, there were
That's
serious
fucking
repercussions
crazy.
for the rescue crew, with the only punishments being dished out to the operating company DRIL, which was accused of not properly maintaining the ropeway and not following proper safety protocols. It was even alleged that when the initial crash happened, the people operating the ropeway at the time actually fled the scene and never even called authorities. But I'm not sure
What
if this was
the
ever
fuck?
actually proven. DRIL was fined over $1 million and has since been blacklisted from operating ropeways for 5 years, while the families of the deceased were given around $33,000 in compensation.
That's it?
Currently, there are plans to repair and reopen the rope.
33,000
At this
rupees.
point, no official date has been given for reopening.
This is just wow.
India has some shitty ass rope. Alright, guys.
Hey,
I'm just like in shock right now. Those were some crazy ass videos.
Yeah.
Dude.
yeah.
Dude, all right, look. All right, they got the first guy drops to his death, and they're like, "Holy shit, that's horrible." Whole 24 hours later, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna bring someone up." Hopefully, by now they had it down packed, and the lady's rope just
Yeah.
snaps. Like, what?
But how does the rope snap? Like, they don't check it every time? That's bullshit.
Y'all couldn't use like one of
Alright.
those like fucking military grade things? Well, it's India, so what did you expect, bro?
Yeah. Can't even afford deodorant.
Okay.
Alright, guys. That's the end. Adios.
Whoa, who said that was the end, bro?
I'm ending stream today.
Yeah.
Already? Alright.
Goodbye.
I have to go like sleep soon.
Respawn retards. Goodbye.
All right, I guess that's it. That's end the stream. All right, see you people later. You know, make sure to
Retarded rejects.
Shut the
Goodbye.
fuck up. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Jacob, follow him at JDot, and follow me at Only Banks.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow Isaiah.
Don't leak. Don't leak me.
I'm not gonna leak Isaiah.
I actually don't have an Instagram account for my YouTube account. It's crazy. I gotta start stepping up.
Yeah, set that up.
I'm not real.
Isaiah's
Yo,
like-
I swear, if someone finds these videos and I get sent to jail for hate speech.
I'm gonna actually send this to all of your guys' employers.
All right, let's keep this YouTube channel private. Don't make me call Wemby. Wemby Yahoo.
What?
Brother,
All right,
just put
goodbye.
Wemby Yahoo. All right, see you people later.
All right, see y'all.
End the stream.
See y'all.